I refused to go inside a disabled woman's house to deliver her food at night. I was 8 months pregnant and barely gaining weight, so my doctor told me to stop my warehouse job. But as a single mom at 22, I couldn't afford to just stop working completely. So I started doing DoorDash to make some money before my daughter was born. I always brought my little sister Amy with me because she was only 14, and I'd heard way too many scary stories about delivery drivers getting attacked or robbed. Having her there made me feel safer, even if she was just a kid. One night around 10 p.m., I got a Burger King order. The address in the app took me to this empty dirt lot in the middle of nowhere. I called the customer and she told me her house was down this long dark road about 4 minutes away. Her delivery instructions said to call her for a pin when I got there, but I figured it was just for the gate I saw at the entrance. The gate was already open, so I drove right through. When I pulled up to her house, she called me immediately before I could even put the car in park. She gave me some numbers and I said okay, still thinking it was for the gate. Then I walked up to her front door and realized she had a pin pad right there on the door itself. That's when it clicked that she wanted me to come inside. I set the food down on the porch and called her back to make sure I had the right pin. That's when she told me she couldn't walk and needed me to bring the food to her bedroom. I looked at the house and noticed every single light was completely off. It was pitch black inside. There were these metal wheelchair ramps leading to the front door, so I knew she was telling the truth about being disabled, but something felt really wrong about the whole situation. There was a car parked outside that didn't have any handicap plates or tags. Maybe it was accessible for her to drive, or maybe someone else drove her around, but if someone else was there, why weren't any lights on? Why did she need me to go all the way to her bedroom? Amy offered to take the food in herself and I almost had a heart attack. She's 14 years old. What if there was some guy waiting in the dark inside that house? What if this was some kind of trap? Even if we both went in together, I'm 8 months pregnant and she's a literal child. We wouldn't be able to defend ourselves if something happened. My gut was screaming that this was dangerous. I explained to the woman that I was really sorry, but I wasn't comfortable going inside. I told her about being pregnant and having my teenage sister with me. She completely lost it on me. She started screaming about how dare I leave an 80-year-old woman hungry for the night. She said I was leaving her burger outside in the cold and that she paid good money for this food. She was cursing me out so bad I had to hold the phone away from my ear. When I got home an hour later, she called me again. This time she called me ableist and said I was discriminating against disabled people. She made me feel like the worst person alive for not helping her. The next day I saw she'd reported me on the app saying I never delivered her food at all. My heart dropped because I needed this job. I couldn't afford to get deactivated. I called DoorDash support freaking out and explained exactly what happened. The guy on the phone was actually really understanding. He said it's called DoorDash, not inside your house dash. He told me it's literally against company policy for drivers to go past the customer's front door for safety reasons. They removed the violation from my account completely.